During the Second World War, civilians on the home front faced threats they never expected. Looters, opportunistic criminals, and even spies trying to exploit chaos. While soldiers defended battlefronts, ordinary families had to protect their homes with limited resources and ingenuity. Among the many forgotten strategies developed during that time was a home defense move so effective that it could stop intruders before they even tried to breach a door or window. It was low-tech, inexpensive, and relied on human psychology, observation, and careful preparation. Today, even in the era of smart locks and security cameras, this World War II method remains a powerful and surprisingly reliable way to protect property and keep families safe. The engineers and civilians understood that perception is more powerful than brute force. The cornerstone of this lost technique was manipulating perception. World War II-era households discovered that intruders often retreated when they believed a home was occupied and well defended. Soldiers and civilian engineers realized that simple visual cues could create the impression of vigilance. Hanging reflective materials in windows, placing small, inconspicuous lights in strategic areas, or positioning objects that shifted subtly in the wind made a home appear alive and monitored. Unlike modern security systems that rely on alarms after a break-in, this method prevented intruders from attempting entry in the first place. To replicate this today, homeowners can use motion-sensitive lights along entrances, reflective strips near windows, or lightweight wind-activated objects that indicate activity. The goal isn't intimidation through threat, but the subtle suggestion that the home is observed and any attempt to approach would be noticed immediately. Sound was used as a psychological deterrent as effectively as sight. World War II families knew that an intruder's uncertainty often caused hesitation. By carefully placing devices that created intermittent or irregular sounds, homeowners could enhance the illusion of occupancy. Creaking floorboards, small wind chimes, or lightweight metal objects positioned near likely entry points produced unpredictable noises that intruders couldn't easily identify or ignore. The reports from occupied villages and towns suggest that intruders abandoned attempts simply because they couldn't gauge whether the noise indicated a single occupant, multiple residents, or even a hidden guard. Modern applications are simple and low-tech. A loose floorboard, a tin can with pebbles, or a small hanging chime near doors and windows can produce irregular sounds that warn homeowners while giving intruders pause. It's a subtle psychological trick that dramatically increases the home's deterrence factor. This World War II move wasn't just about perception and sound. Families incorporated subtle physical barriers that slowed intruders before they reached primary entry points. Raised flower beds, uneven gravel paths, and low decorative fencing acted as obstacles that naturally caused intruders to hesitate or, make noise. Simple bells or small mechanical chimes triggered by movement gave residents valuable extra seconds to respond. Historical accounts describe homes where this combination of barriers and alerts prevented break-ins entirely, often without the intruder ever touching the door. For modern use, layering minor obstacles and early warning devices can, replicate this approach. Gravel or pebbled pathways, potted plants, and small decorative barriers force intruders to make noise and hesitate. Adding a discreet chime or bell near likely stepping points provides an early alert, giving homeowners time to act while maintaining the element of surprise. One reason this World War II technique remained so effective was its dynamic nature. Occupants regularly shifted lights, sound devices and barriers. A home that looked predictable could be circumvented. A home that appeared active, shifting and responsive created uncertainty. Soldiers noted that intruders preferred predictable targets, and any hint of unpredictability made them think twice. This principle of constant variation ensured that the defence system never became familiar or easy to bypass. Today, this means rotating lights, reflective surfaces or noisemakers, changing decorations near windows, and occasionally adjusting the placement of barriers. The goal is to keep a potential intruder guessing, reinforcing the perception that the home is occupied and alert. This World War II home defence move proves ingenuity can outperform technology. The brilliance of this method is that it doesn't rely on expensive cameras, alarms or firearms. It relies on understanding human behaviour. Intruders fear observation, uncertainty and delay. By combining perception management, sound, subtle physical barriers and unpredictability, World War II civilians created a defence system that was practical, affordable and highly effective. Even today, these principles are invaluable for rural homesteads, suburban homes, or anyone interested in practical, historically tested security strategies. For modern homeowners, this method is especially appealing because it is low maintenance, repairable, and flexible. Whether for survival preparation, historical reenactment, or simply enhancing everyday home security, the principles behind this lost World War II move remain relevant and effective. To rediscover more forgotten wartime strategies, practical survival techniques, and historically proven skills, subscribe to In the Bigging. Share this guide with fellow history enthusiasts and help ensure these timeless defence strategies are not lost to time.